Hi guys, how are we? Take 1 million. um yeah, this video has just been disrupted so many times. um anyway, it's real life. I'm gonna leave it at that. So welcome. Consecutor here. This is Inspire YG. So YG is an acronym for Young Generation, and this is an initiative that I hope to do greater things with it in that are actually good for the world and good to the soul. So hopefully you'll stick around to not just this video but much more to come. And today's topic is quite interesting, so hang in there. So thank you so much for popping into this video, and if it's your first time here, please don't hesitate to click that button and subscribe, and also leave a comment and tell me what you got out of it, or even share your experiences on the topic that I will be sharing today. So today's topic that I'm talking about is actually an inspo. It's inspired by one beautiful Rose Jerry. So shout out to you, girl. So thank you so much for the question that you asked on application of the Kenyan Good Conduct, which is an equivalent of Australian police check. So I had done a video, and that has to be 1 year ago now, and it was about the process of applying for a good conduct if you're a Kenyan living in Australia. So it was my first time having that experience. I did not know anybody prior who had tried to apply for the same, and so there was not, I didn't have any blueprint for that matter, or someone who had an experience could have given me some suggestions on what to do. So I was just going through it blindly, but who am I? I don't mind trying to learn things for the first time. So however, if I'm a strong believer of, if I go through something or if I have a new experience, I share that, because then it might help someone there, because someone else might be going through the same thing that I'm going through today, 5, 10, 1 year later. So anyway, that's the purpose of this video. So I will be sharing just the most important details that you need to know if you're applying for a good conduct. Now, when would you need a good conduct if you're a Kenyan in Australia? So you could, I'm not saying you will, but you could require one good conduct when you're applying for a student visa. So when you're coming to Australia, if you're using an agent, they might actually, a migration agent, they might ask you to go and apply for one that is in Kenya, and obviously you go to the police station and you get one there. However, the situation is very different when you're in Australia. So one of the reasons, or one of the instances when you might be required to give a good conduct in Australia or provide one, is when you're applying for your permanent residency. Not just a Kenyan, because you will be required to show proof of the countries that you've lived in for the past 10 years. The police check from those countries. So for example, for myself, when I was applying for that visa, I needed to show to provide the good conduct, the Kenyan good conduct, but also Australian police check, because I was already I was within those two countries for the past 10 years, or in the past 10 years. So yeah, so I will be checking my laptop. So I probably I'm looking down here, but we'll be addressing some of the questions or some of the concerns Rose Jerry had pointed out on the comment section of that video that I had done prior. So if this is your first time on this page and you want to learn a little bit about applying for a police good conduct, I would recommend you go back to the video I did last year, and some of the questions, because I might not mention some things I had mentioned there, that was me sharing my experience of how that went. And this video is sort of like it will be sort of like a sequence. It's more of replying not just to Jerry's question, but also talking about some of the things I did not mention there, but I might not repeat what I mentioned in that video because I can probably not even remember. So that's some of the concerns that people have while they apply for a good conduct, and I think it's the concern I also had, and the concern that Rose raised was what is the safest way to actually acquire good conduct, or what is the safest way to send document to Kenya to apply for a good conduct, or what is the safest and the quickest way. Now my experience was and I've done a bit of background check with a couple of my friends and people that I know who applied for the same. What I found out was you will require fingerprints. So to get your Kenyan Good Conduct, you will require fingerprints, and you will get those ones from a police station. So I will give you like just like a brush off. I'm not gonna go deep into details, but I would tell you the website that you can get most of the information from. So basically, I don't know whether I would say it's the safest way, but when you get your fingerprints, and I'll give you a bit of a background on how I got those. When you get your fingerprints, there's two ways that people use. So when you get your fingerprints, is either you send them to the Kenyan High Commission office there in Canberra, or you send them directly to Kenya through the post office. And definitely if you send them directly to Kenya, then you will probably have to have someone back home or back in Kenya who will be able to follow that up for you, because then the Kenya High Commission will not have anything to do with that. So now I will start with directing you to the Kenya High Commission. So if you just Google Kenya High Commission, the page will pop up. They are, like I said, they're based in Canberra, Australia. And if you go to their website, at the top you will see the home job. I think there's home, there's about us, and services. Under the services tab is actually a drop box. So if you click on it, you will go to other services. So now when you click on other services, you go all the way down below their website, and you will see other services downloads. So that's where you find requirements of the police clearance certificate and police fingerprints form. It's called C24. So if you download those, now unfortunately they are not editable because I think they are in PDF form. Let me just confirm for you. Yeah, they're in PDF form. So you will have to download them, fill them up, and then you're going to send them. So let's talk about how you send them. So I've already told you where to get the documents. I might insert some of the clips here, maybe a screenshot of how the website looks like and where to get the documents. However, they're not unfortunately editable. You will have to download, fill them up, and then you send them that way. Now, so you have the application for good conduct, which is a document I will insert somewhere here so that you see briefly how it looks like. And from that website, you will also be able to see the police fingerprint forms. So now the question will be, how do you get your fingerprints? So I'm not quite sure if I mentioned it in my other video. It was a bit frustrating for me to be able to get fingerprints because unfortunately in Australia they have digitalized a lot of their authentication. Is that how you call it? system. So things to do with fingerprints, all those kind of things, majority of the police stations have got them now in digital form, so they no longer use the ink. When I was trying to apply, when I was applying for mine, the first police station I went to, they told me, unfortunately, we don't use ink and we haven't for many years. But they recommended me to a different police station, which was not, thank goodness, so far away from that. However, that police station, when I went there, they did the fingerprints and everything. But my thought was they were going to give me back the form with the fingerprints so that I can decide now what to do. Should I send them to Kenya or should I send them to Canberra, to the Kenya High Commission? But then the police officer told me, unfortunately, we don't give fingerprints to civilians. And I was like, oh, okay. So so they told me to go and buy an envelope and put that form there. They will put the forms in that envelope, but I need to write the sender's information and the receiver's information on the cover of the platinum envelope. So that's what I did, and I sent them. They were supposed to go to Kenya. So about 2-3 weeks later, I felt in my spirit that my fingerprints did not end up in Kenya, which actually didn't. They were stuck at the airport because it was around the time, it was around COVID time, and it was just international travels were just not a thing in Australia at the time. So you can imagine the parcels. So I recommended to actually get the fingerprints. I recommended this. It's really, I don't know whether I broke some law somewhere. Anyway, I had to, but I requested them to actually send them to Canberra themselves, right? So just a minute. Yeah, so when I finally got the fingerprints in Canberra, now then I had to wait. So I contacted the office, the Kenya High Commission, and they told me to make sure that I get the envelope to reach Canberra by Friday. Now that is because the parcel, they take a whole chunk of documentation to Kenya, and they do that only on Fridays. So if you take it on Friday, let's say, like if you take it like on Tuesday, it still has to wait till Friday to go to Kenya. If you take it on Friday evening, chances are you're gonna have to wait the following week on Friday. So it's not as convenient as you can imagine, and it is obviously not the best option if you're running late. You know, Kenyans sometimes, I don't want to generalize, but majority of people wait last minute. However, this process can take up to 3 months. If you're lucky enough, if you're blessed, you could actually, if you're lucky enough, let me just say that, which I consider a blessing, it could come earlier. Like mine, I think came earlier, maybe within 3 weeks. However, maybe 2 weeks. However, the process actually could take up to 3 months. So it's actually good to plan ahead and just start early, especially if you're dealing with visa. If you're applying for a visa, you don't want to be late. Now, I know someone could ask, so why not just send it directly to Kenya for by yourself, like rather than going through the High Commission way? Now, like I said, there are a couple of things. For me, it's a safety issue, where if people normally send parcels overseas and they lose them, imagine if you lost your fingerprints. They landed in the wrong hands, you could literally be in trouble, because your fingerprints, someone can frame you for anything. They can use your fingerprints, and your fingerprints can be found at a site of crime, you know, or in a crime scene. And how would you justify that you are not there when your fingerprints are there? And everybody knows that even twins don't have the same fingerprints. So it's a safety concern. If you choose to send it yourself, it's a risk. Everything in life is a risk. However, like I said, going through the route of Kenya High, doing it yourself, if you want to take the risk, maybe, and you know you have someone who is reliable in Kenya who can take the whole, go to the DCI and do all that stuff for you, perfect. However, if you're concerned about the safety of your fingerprints getting to Kenya and what have you, I would suggest going through the using the Kenya High Commission office. I guess that's why they're there anyway. So now I will touch on what is on the requirements for the police clearance just a little bit. Let me, bear with me, I'm shaking this thing. So let me see if I can see. I just downloaded it. Now I can see it. Let's see. So I will just touch on what you need. So a completed set of fingerprints. Yep, a completed set of fingerprints that you get from a police station. Like I said, start early so that you manage to actually get a police station that uses ink, because you might not be lucky to be around one of those. Secondly, you will need a certified photocopy of your identity card. You would also need, now there's another thing where you can actually choose, you know how you could be in Australia but you still have a Kenyan number, so you can still access your M-Pesa, meaning you can actually apply for yourself online, and all you need to send to Kenya are the fingerprints. So you could do everything by setting up an eCitizen account. So for those who don't know eCitizen portal, I'm going to put a screenshot here. Find out what is eCitizen, download that. Well, you don't need to even download the app, just use the website. Go to the eCitizen portal, open an account, and then on that, it's very straightforward. Just gonna go direct to Good Conduct, and just pay. It's like 600 bob or 5. It's not expensive, and just pay there. So you could put that receipt in the envelope that you send to Canberra or that you're sending to Kenya, to show that you've already paid. If you don't have M-Pesa, or you don't want to have to go through, I don't think it's a hassle. If you don't want to go through the eCitizen portal, then you have to attach a bank check or a money order of 25 Australian dollars to make the payment to the Kenya High Commission. So you have to put that inside that envelope. Now you also have to write a letter of application, so you have to let them know why you are applying the good conduct and what is it or who requires it. It doesn't have to be a big letter, it can be just a small couple of sentences. And you're also going to need a certified copy of the applicant passport. So to certify your document, you can go to any justice of peace. You can find justice of peace in libraries, you can find justice of peace in pharmacies. They're everywhere. Just Google justice of peace in my area. Sometimes you can even find them in their houses. Wherever you decide to meet them, they have their numbers there online, and you can just ring someone, say, I need some document certified, where can I find you? What I will certify your document, but you have to take a copy of the applicant passport information page, the page that's got your face on it. That's the page that needs to be certified. And then you will need a prepaid self-addressed registered or express post envelope. So this is for residents outside of Australia. You should also include $18 for international registered envelope for the return of your documents. So they no longer accept the ordinary envelopes. You need to get the platinum ones or the express post envelope. That's the only one they accept. And then you need 2 passport size photos. So like I said, they have said on their website, the processing can take up to 3 months. If you are running late, or if you're doing this for visa purposes, please start early. You don't want to be rushing last minute. Now, the information I've just given is just for Kenyan citizens. So if you're a non-Kenyan citizen, the process is entirely different, and all that information is also on below that document that is application of good conduct certificate form. Down below, you're gonna see the requirements for the non-Kenyan citizens, because it's different. Let me see if I forgot to mention anything. I think that's about it. Please comment down below if you have any questions, if you're unsure, and if you're feeling like, you know, if I lost you somewhere, feel free to comment down below. I check all the comments and I get back to you personally. And yeah, let's see how we can help you or support you get your Kenyan Good Conduct or police check. The other thing before I go, I also want to mention that I did contact the Kenya High Commission, and I was hoping to be able, I was hoping to be able to speak to someone, and I was hoping they could avail themselves, but this all this avail themselves to give this information themselves. However, there's all these protocols that they have with being with communicating with the media. I didn't understand, so they couldn't do this video with me. However, like I said, the information is on their website, and there's also the thing of, there's also not just apply for a good conduct. You can find information on how to apply for a passport if your passport is about to expire, how to renew one passport, or how to get one if you lost your passport. So all this information is on their website, guys. 21st century 22nd century, 21st century. I mean, we are living in a digital era. Like, these things, you can do them. You just need to do your due diligence. You just need to go to the website, do the research, get all the information you need, and you can do it. Trust you me, you can do it. Like I said, feel free to contact me down below, or just ask me any question if this video was unclear, or if there's somewhere that you didn't get what I meant. I'm going to address it on the comment section. So I hope this helps, and I hope that you get the good conduct that you need, and for the purposes that you're looking for. I hope you succeed with that. So best wishes. Thank you so much to you, Rose. Shout out to you, and thank you for watching. Hopefully you don't forget to subscribe, you don't forget to share this video with your friends, with your networks, and thank you for popping in. Have a blessed week. Until the next time, bye.